And we're back for round number 6 of the modern PTQ 5-color Valki. We're 4-1. We're on the draw. Have a Gemstone Caverns with a bunch of Cascade spells. Definitely a keep. We do have to draw a third land because I'm going to pitch the second Caverns with the first Caverns, but not going to mulligan a hand on the draw with Caverns. So say okay. Exile Caverns. And we'll see what our opponent is up to. Cavern of Souls. Naming Elf, huh? Interesting. That is not a bad draw, all things considered. Surprised to be playing against Elves in the 4-1 bracket. Let's see. What is worst case scenario for us? So we take Realm Walker. Then they go land, 2 1-drops, and an Archdruid. What if I just take Heritage Druid? I feel like taking Heritage Druid is better if I draw a land, because it just makes it so they put less stuff into play. I kind of need them to not go wide here. So let's take Heritage Druid. We'll see what they're up to. So I imagine they're just going to probably go Forest Realm Walker, if I had to guess. I feel like that's probably uses their mana the best, although maybe they want to play Archdruid first to have access to more mana the following turn. They drew a War Master. Okay, so they're going to go War Master and a 1-drop. So these are their last 2 cards. Okay, that is obviously a good draw, but we need to find a land. So we will pass. Now this game is pretty much going to come down to whether or not we draw a land next turn. They're likely going to dump their hand onto the battlefield. So I just need to find a land. Should be okay. Probably going to lead on Realm Walker, get more information. I'm going to lead on Archdruid. So they're going to hold Realm Walker, huh? Three, 5, 7, 9. I think I should probably just trade here because I don't really think I'm winning this game unless I draw a land anyways. So kind of just save some damage here. Alright, see if we draw a land. Funny. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're dead on board. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, game 1 is a little bit rough when we don't have all of our fire spouts. However, we do get to bring in 3 more. So we have 5 sweepers after sideboard. And I usually bring in some number of wear tears because their sideboard cards are usually like Pithing Needle, Damping Sphere, things like that. Dispute's bad. Commandeer's bad. Not a big fan of Force either. And I guess I'm going to keep all of my lands, because I think hitting land drops and curving into Wraths is pretty important. So now it's a question of how many of these cards we want to keep in. Probably just 3 of each. Force, while not great, obviously, because their deck is all creatures and a bunch of, Cavern of Souls, it does stop them from, or it counters Collect a Company. You can tag a discard spell. You can tag a turn 1 hate piece like a Pithing Needle or something like that. So I think it's probably better than playing the full 4 Wear Tears. And everything else looks fine. Alright, so we'll choose to play. We have not quite a turn 2, because we need to find a land, but we do have a fire spout, so I think I'm kind of priced into keeping this. But it is kind of a bit dicey if we don't find a land. Let's see what they have. Looks like they have a 1-drop, which is more than fine. Okay. I am just going to pass. Not going to fire spout, just a 1/1. Make them commit a little bit more to the fire spout. Ideally, they just play a couple of creatures this turn. I find a land, play, then they have to commit more to kill the Tibalt, and then I can follow up with fire spout. That's ideal scenario. I will happily take 1 damage. It's fine. Okay, they do not want to commit something else into a fire spout. Not casting fire spout's kind of awkward because they can just hold up company. So let's try and think of worst case scenario. We pass. They land. They play land. They say go. We draw a blue source to cast Plea. Uptick. Yeah, I think I'm going to hang on to this for 1 more turn. If I had a second fire spout, I would consider firing it off here, but given the fact that I only have 1, I think I have to preserve it a little bit. It's really bad if they find a discard spell. But they definitely don't have a discard spell because they would have just fired it off there. So let's hope they don't draw one. So this is, what, a 1-drop hold up. Oh, casting a 4-drop. Huh. Okay. I did not expect that card. Well, that's kind of bad for me because Fire Spout doesn't kill it. And I also can't kill it with Tibalt. So that's not good. I only have 1 Supreme Verdict in my deck. Alright, take 1. Another Simian Spirit Guide, huh? This is how the cookie crumbles, I guess. I mean, can't even Teferi bounce this. I think I have to cast a Fire Spout now. Feels pretty bad, but because now if I find a land, I think I might just have to bounce this. Because again, Tibalt doesn't touch this. I guess Tibalt can uptick. They might just, honestly, they might just 8 me here. I'm choosing not to. They're going to hold up company. Well, we kept the 2-lander, never drew a 3rd land. That's really unfortunate because usually this matchup is kind of a buy, but just draw didn't really pan out. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen enough. I guess I'll make them put the company in the stack, even though I know they have it, obviously. That is very, very sad. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan my hand, but just given how good of a matchup this is, maybe I just don't need to risk it, because I can very, very easily beat them on a 6-card hand. So, yeah, that's just unfortunate. I probably should have mulliganed. Alright, I've seen enough. Yeah, really, really unfortunate. We lost to a matchup that I would never, ever expect to lose to in a million years, but that's kind of how the cookie crumbles, I guess. I'll see you in the next round.